Hey, Adam here. I want to make this quick video, a little update, and share a message, something that I did, and I made a mistake, and I want to share the message. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Don't chase the money. It's not worth it. I started a Shopify store about 14 months ago, selling women's jewelry. I don't really have a passion or interest in women's jewelry. I do have earrings. I do wear a watch. I do have rings. I like men's jewelry, not women's jewelry. I chase the money, and I admit that. And it took me a long time to. I realized it a while back, but it took me a long time to admit it and certainly come out in public. And I was on the phone with a coaching student earlier, kind of told her, I messaged a buddy about it, or two buddies about it just a little bit ago, and I'm like, you know what, I need to make a video and just kind of share a message to learn from my mistakes and not chase the money. It's not worth it. I'm wore out. 14 months ago I launched this store. It's done well. I've had fun doing it. I didn't know how to do e-commerce. Not saying I'm an expert, but I know how to do it now. But I chased the money. That's kind of what I was instructed to do, what I was kind of told to do, and I listened to the people. Selling women's jewelry, the high perceived value, things like that, the margins and all that. So it made sense. That's what I did and made a lot of money with it. I've been online for 6 years. This is by far the most money I've ever made and also the quickest money I've ever made. Of course, when you're making money like that, you do have fun. I learned e-commerce, so I'm super thankful for that. But I just got burned out the last couple months. 6 months ago, I had some VA issues, and then I had more VA issues. I think I went through 4 or 5 VAs. And then I was like, well, what's the common denominator? This guy. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm an asshole to work for. Who knows? So then there's like even more self-doubt about that. So the VA issues were tough. I lost 2 VAs in like a 36-hour period. One to personal issues. One just disappeared. So that was really tough. 3 weeks later, she messages me. She got in a car accident, was in a coma. Well, I had already hired someone else. I didn't really like this new hire, so I let them go and brought this old one back, because I liked her. Then she disappeared in June, found someone else. So I've had a ton of VA issues, which has been super stressful. I've had to scale back big time because I was either had no VAs, so I was doing some of like the manual labor, the grunt work, answering the emails and that, or I was training a new one. I trained a lot of new ones, that took some time, and then I'd let go of them. It was just a ton. It's a lot going on. So I scaled back. I didn't do a lot of the ads, so things really slowed down. Tried to sell the store in April because I was just tired of it. I was just very, very sick of it. It was much, much harder than I thought, or much, much harder than what I was told. It wasn't worth nearly what the internet marketers told me. It's 20x your monthly profits. Bullshit. I found it was 1.5 to 3.5 your yearly profits. That's a much more realistic number. They want to see consistency. I had some up and down months. They did not like that. I had some really good months. Then I had a $30,000 drop in a month, and then it would go up 5,000, then it might drop 15,000. They didn't like that, They wanted consistency. So I've really struggled with it. I've struggled like internally too. Because I chase the fucking money. That's what it comes down to, and I'm finally admitting it. Like I've admitted it to myself, but I've got to put it out there, and I want to learn from my mistakes. Some marketers can go chase the money. That's what they do it for. There's a lot of them out there actually selling illegal trademark shit. They do it for the money, I did it for the money for a while, and I got burned out. I got wore out, and now I'm looking to start. I've launched 2 stores in the last 90 days. Again, kind of chasing the money. I thought I'll get away from the jewelry, do something else. Not really passion. One night shut down like after 3 weeks because it was a patent issue, not copyright, but a patent issue. And then I have a store right now that's about 3 weeks old. It was more of a challenge to myself if I could get a store going in 28 days, but I'm really not putting in the effort. I'm really like not even half-assing it. I'm like quarter-assing it because I just have no desire to get this store going because I chase the money. Went to a trade show the last 2 days. Found this company in February at the same trade show. They came out here in February, met with the people, and then I talked to them again 2 days ago. They do sports signs. They make sports signs. That is my passion. That's what I have an interest in, is sports. I think it's a much better avenue for me. So that is what I'm exploring. I'm going to want to go full speed ahead with a sports thing. I'm talking to the owner next week. They're very strict about allowing e-commerce. So it's not a guarantee. It might not even be a 10% chance. I have no idea. They said they're very strict with online retailers. So that is kind of what I I'm hoping for. But that's kind of my main store. I've kind of not thrown in the towel. I will probably try to sell it or flip the store on like Flippa, not get nearly the amount of money, but kind of just be done with it. I'm just really, really wore out. 14,000 plus customers in 14 months. Learned a ton, made a ton of mistakes. I think I've spent $105,000 on Facebook ads this year. Like, absolutely blows my mind. Like, if you would have told me that a year and a half ago, I would have said, how many banks did I rob? $100,000 in 7 months on Facebook ads, like unbelievable. That is a lot of money. That's not a Ferrari, but that's a nice car on Facebook ads, So that blows my mind, And again, I started at $5 a day, and at times I was running $1,800 a day in ads. Unbelievable. Again, started small and worked my way up. So the message is, don't chase the money. I have like no regrets in that. I have regrets kind of dragging this out and kind of being ashamed, I guess, in a way of not like admitting that I'm kind of wore out. The store's not doing that well because I'm not doing that much with it. I think I spent $3,000 in ads last month, which I typically spend anywhere from like $8,000 to $15,000. And sometimes even higher than that. But the average, I think, is around $12,000 over the last, this year so far. It's been about $12,000 each month. Last month was $3,000, really scaled it back because I really haven't been, I haven't focused on it. There's other things I'm focusing on. So that's the update of my store, and not just blabbing about myself, but the general message is don't chase the money. Learn from my mistakes. You don't have to follow your passion like a lot of people say, but find something that interests you, that you have some interest in. Like I've said before, I don't really have an interest in the women's jewelry. Like what I think is funny or relevant, 68-year-old Debbie in Iowa might find offensive, And how do I know what Helen in Seattle, this 42-year-old lady, what earrings she likes, So I just had no interest. Like I couldn't relate to the people. So that's why I want to move to sports and talk to sports people who are my target market. In a way, it'd be like talking to myself. So that's the thing. That's the message. Don't chase the money. It is not worth it. I promise you. Thank you.